All right, everybody, it is time to start the official June First Friday Coffee, as sponsored by our friends from Gulf Power. We have, as our friend Seth Luttrell told me yesterday, I love this, I wrote it down, a full day of fantastic. Mert Wagner, it's a full day of fantastic. I know you can't hear me, but I can see you, and that at least partially works. So it's a full day of fantastic here in Fort Walton. We have the Bow Legs Festival we're going to talk about. We have Nick Chubb enjoying his delicious and nutritious Golden Corral buffet. If you will please now rise and join our good friend Greg Black from the First Baptist Church here to lead us in invocation and remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. Greg.
Thank you, Ted. Please bow with me. Lord, as we come and we humble ourselves, we pray that you'll cleanse us in your presence. Please put a blessing on this weekend for safety, for good weather. And Lord, I just pray a special blessing on all these businesses. These community leaders care, and I just pray that you put a blessing on their business and keep them in your bosom. Please bless this meal, nourish our bodies, and our bodies your most heavenly service. Amen.
Well, let's do the pledge and you'll stay here. That's good, yeah. So I just met Senior Emma Tomas right over here. She's right here. She's fabulous. She's very excited. Come on up and we'll lead from Red Horse in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh my gosh, you did the best ever. Didn't she do the best ever for that? Well done, thank you. Very exciting. Thank you for that. It was very kind, Senior Airman. So please have a seat. We're honored each month to come here to the First Baptist Church. We've been coming for the last couple of years. We're honored to have the Executive Director, Greg Black, as our friend and cohort in setting this up. And he has a couple announcements about what's happening here at First Baptist. Greg?
Yes, we were coming up here twice. But listen, I got 3 things to share with you today. I got notes. First thing, VBS, Vacation Bible School, kicks off Monday, this coming Monday, June 4th to 8th, 8:45 to noon. It's for pre-K to 5th grade. This is a free event. Drop the kids off all morning long. Upward Basketball Camp follows next week. Not this week, but on June the 11th through the 14th, 12:30 to 4:30, K5 through 5th. This is going to be a way for us to work with drills on the kids. They all get a basketball. They all get a t-shirt. We got snacks for them. We're going to have a good time. Monday through Thursday, because I like Fridays off. For those of you in the community that don't get to do that, I enjoy it. Out front, as you leave today, right next to the main door on the right-hand side, there is a basket. It's called Field Day Sports. This is a new program that started in the area. If you would like to get one of these baskets, I've got handout numbers and stuff in my office or on the front counter there. Basically what it is if you've got people that have lightly used, or if you have some sporting equipment, you can donate in that bin, and they get it to kids at the Boys and Girls Club. They get it to some of the specialty events in the area, so we can get kids off of video games and back outside playing. So if you've got something donated, I guarantee it's going to a good place. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you to our host, Greg Black. Is Scott Smith here? I didn't see Dr. Scott Smith. Is he here? Oh, there he is right there. Of course, no wonder I was looking at him. While we're, let's do this. This is exciting. Scott, if you're not aware, is the owner of Health Source Chiropractic North up on Racetrack Road. He is my personal chiropractor. There's the reason I'm so healthy and happy. He's also a member of the crew of Bow Legs, which we're very excited about. So I want to do this while we're doing this. I want to bring up our sponsors for the Bow Legs Festival as they're kind of working this way up. So representatives from community broadcasters, representatives of Banks of England, Mortgage, of anyone's here from the Island Resort or Emily Odom Institute, please come on working your way up here. So here's what happens with our friend Scott Smith. As I mentioned, he's the owner of Health Source North. If you were a chamber member as of this week, and Seth yesterday cutting up these little slips of paper, if your name is in here and you were here today, you will win how much money today, sir?
For Ben Franklin.
$400. $400. Because we do it $100 every month, and if we don't win, we roll it over. $400. Is there anything you'd like to say to the ensemble in anticipation of today's project?
Freshly printed from Bank of England, Michael Castleberry. He gave me some loan. There's some little extra money left over from it. So, and thanks for the fireworks tonight. So, if you're feeling out of whack and you need some crack, I'm on Racetrack Road.
There we go. No better way to kick off the introduction of the weekend. So, Dr. Scott Smith, please select and see if one of these lucky folks is here. We have Renee Goulart from Dawn Investigations, LLC. Again, for those who are new here today, the power of the invocation lasts just through the pledge, and then the heathens take over for the desire to win the $400. So, Greg, we try. I mean, it's so good. And then
It takes 400, 300.
we didn't even finish the person's name and they started to draw again. So let's try it again and see what we have here. Looking out, you've had a chance to look at this. James Krug from The Anchor. James Krug, the pastor at The Anchor, where I parked my car just 2 doors down. You can see, a little longer delay this time, just a little bit. Oh, so you're the one leading the draw again. So in that case, now it's just a matter of how long will he go to possibly give this $400 away or roll it over to next month. Deborah Roberts, Appraisal Services, Deborah Roberts. There's recognition, another Bowlegs representative. You're laughing now and you'll text her and say, guess what, you just lost $400 for not being here. Right. Wake up, honey, you could have won $400.
Are we done?
Are we done, he says. I was really kind of lethargic on that, sir, for $400, but you're being very generous. Steve Baxter, isn't that food delicious from Golden Corral? No, you didn't win it. Sit back down. I was asking about the food, sir. I was just asking if the food was delicious. Mark Shaw's here, the general manager of Golden Corral. It's his first time he's hanging around. Took her there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. There he is. They love it. They love it. And I'm telling you, Mark, they put so much food on their plates here. You know, they need like a platter, some of these folks.
I see some people from the pub crawl made it last night. You know, made it here this morning. That's good.
Well, it is, and the crew of Bowlegs here early. You're going to be going all night tonight. We're excited. 9 o'clock, the fireworks. Rachel Green from AJ's Oyster Shanty.
This could be a down payment at ZT Motors.
Nice job of the cross promotion up here, my friend. This is boom, dropping names. Boom, drop. Oh, he's doing it again. He's doing it again, everyone. He's doing it again. Mitch Mongell for Walton Beach Medical Center. He was supposed to be here. He's not here. And
one more.
Oh my gosh! The unprecedented. Janet Chubb can leave it 6 times. It is insane. He's caught up in the pirate spirit.
Non-Grissom, right?
George Akins, Gulf Coast Electric.
Oh man, he's usually here too. All right, we're out.
We're out, I'm sorry to say. We are out of time there. So, well done. Thank you for that. So I want to do a quick announcement here. And we're going to do several quick announcements. But I have our friends here from the sponsors. As you know, today is the Bowlegs Festival. It kicks off at 3 o'clock. It goes till 9 o'clock tonight. And as you recall, last month at this event, I said, hey, folks, we don't have any sponsors for the fireworks, the tradition that's been going on since at least 1975 at the Bowlegs Festival. Well, we had 3 organizations that came up and said, hey, we've got to have fireworks there. I said, well, you have to pay for the fireworks because that's how it works. And in this case, 3 organizations came up. We had Jay Odom from the Island and the Emily Odom Institute, which I don't see here today, but we do, which is wonderful. Thank you, Jay, and the Emily Odom Institute. But we do have these 2 lethargic-looking, dashing, piratey kind of guys, maybe? I don't know. I'm not quite sure how to describe them. But in this case, they are representing 2 organizations. The gentleman to my far left is John Griffo, representing Community Broadcasters, featuring all of your 4 great stations. John, would you care to say why you sponsored the fireworks? In 30 seconds. Down there.
Down here. Well, simply, we saw a need the community needed, and we stepped up. We ran some ads, and we donated some money. We obviously needed fireworks. I couldn't see Bowlegs going on without it, and that's not a native local here, me, speaking of. We just have to have fireworks.
Thank you for that. Jimmy, their new GM, is here. Thank you, John. Well done. Thank you for Community Broadcasters for helping out and running the ads, and you'll be there. You guys have a booth of some sort down there promoting your things. I'm sorry? You get to press the button for the fireworks. Yes, of course. Now, you could have said that on the microphone. It would have been very good. It would have got a good comedic response. But now you and I are just having a conversation while 300 people are looking at us go, where do we go from here? So let's just see. What we do from here is we introduce our good friends from Bank of England Mortgage, featuring Michael Castleberry and our chair-elect, Matt Turpin. Michael, would you care to share why you folks elected to do such?
Yeah, I think as small business owners, I think we realize that if we help support each other, we can each give something back to the community. We started about 5 years ago with Bank of England, and we have grown tremendously. We've got about 25 employees, going to 30 employees, moving to new office spaces. We've been very well supported by the community, and so I want everybody to see that if you help support local businesses like all of us, then in return you get other things that goes back to the community, and this is what this is about. This is about Bank of England giving back to the community. You can't have Bowlegs without having the Friday night fireworks. You know, you got to have things that go bang in the night if you're going to have pirates. So it's time. Everybody have a great weekend. Everybody keep your fingers crossed. Let's keep the weather off of us and have a great time. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Michael Castleberry. Matt Turpin will hear from you all next year. All next year is our chair. We'll hear from you, so we're not going to hear from you today, though. But the hair looks nice. You got a new beard trim and the new haircuts, everybody. And for good luck, rub it for good luck for today. Thank you for this. Well done. So Bowlegs is this weekend. It starts tonight, as I mentioned, goes from 3 to 9 with the fireworks at 9, then it kicks back in from 11 to 6 tomorrow. We have lots of sponsors, lots of activities down at the landing. And what the most exciting thing about Bowlegs for me is all of the volunteers. It is the event, the Chamber's been doing it since 1968. We have hundreds of volunteers that Rochelle Graves and Seth help organize in such a way. And it's an interesting observation of how volunteers are. The way I see it, there's 4 categories of volunteers or folks that participate in a festival such as this. One is chamber members like you who have elected to share your time for 4 hours or 6 hours, et cetera, and we find that extremely beneficial. 2 are the organizations that bring their groups with them. We have ROTC people, we have church groups that elect to bring their whole group to help out, which we are very appreciative of. 3rd would be the staff with Epi and Seth and Rochelle and Dana. And Camille helps out, and Debbie helps out, et cetera, which is wonderful. They help out. But it's kind of their job to do it. They do it well. But there's a 4th category. There's a very, very, very small category of people. And they're kind of the indentured servants of a festival, or not only a festival, but every single event that we do. And that is the husbands of the staff. And I'm honored to see in the audience here, Paul Steinbeiser is here somewhere, looking all dashing somewhere. So Paul Steinbeiser, will you come up here, please? Wherever you are, where is he? He's here, so come on up, there we go. And I see our friend Sean Graves is here as husband. Sean, will you please come up here, if you don't mind, sir? So these gentlemen, just not on the stage, of course. The stage is reserved specifically for me. So you will stay down here. And the people who are paying money as sponsors. So just stay down there, thank you. So if you don't know, we have 3 husbands in the organization. Epi has Jack, and is Jack here? Okay, Jack was on our board, so he served in that capacity. Paul Steinbeiser is married to the delightful Dana Steinbeiser, which is fabulous, and Sean Graves is married to Rochelle Graves, who's in charge of the festival. Now these gentlemen are by association semi-obligated to come to every single event and do everything that is necessary. This gentleman here has shouted in a megaphone in the front of the chamber on Memorial Day weekend trying to sell hot dogs so he can sell Billy Bowlegs equipment. He has cooked hamburgers. He's rolled tables. He's taken out trash. I believe one time, didn't you play a tambourine in the band in Bowlegs about 3 years ago? I thought he had. Now, Paul Steinbeiser is in the same boat. We just had the Kings of the Court opportunity where he was carrying basketballs around and doing this and that and so on and so forth. And then he helps carpentry work. So if you need any side carpentry work, he's available for that. He's done some carpentry work for us at the chamber. So these gentlemen, up until now, have been kind of the unsung heroes. So as you are aware, not each and every First Friday, but a couple are executive board of the chamber. Are you talking while I'm trying, or just want to make sure? Okay. I am long-winded. It's the only time I get to chat, so I love it. If no one's listening, just so I am. But in this case, so our executive board, as led by our chair of the board, Nick Chubb, each at their event, they say, who has gone above and beyond for this Chamber of Commerce and be issued an award? And I'm honored to say, this month, on behalf of the Executive Board, we give the Above and Beyond Award to the one and only Paul Steinbeiser and Sean Graves. So in this case, they are issued a complimentary clock, so they'll know when to show up for their next gig, which would be wonderful. Ben Anderson, please come on up here. Ben Anderson, come on up. And Tiffany Nelson, work your way up here too, just off to the side. So there they are. So we're honored to say on behalf of the Chamber and the Executive Board, et cetera, Paul Steinbeiser and Sean Graves, thank you for all you do for the Chamber of Commerce. You've gone above and beyond, gentlemen. Well done, well done, well done. Speaking of well done, each and every month now we're trying to bring a spokesperson on the county so you have a chance to find out how wonderful they are. We had Graham Fountain, our chair of the county commissioners, two months ago. We had, who did we have last month? Oh, we had J.D. Peacock. That's right, our good friend J.D. Peacock. And this month, I'm honored to introduce, if you've never met him before, fun, delightful, a great man, the Okaloosa County tax collector, Ben Anderson. Ben?
So all of you know, since Ted has no friends here and he calls everybody out, all I can say first is, whew, I made it through without being talked on. Hey,
so far, sir.
So far, that's right. I didn't realize he had another live mic. Holy cow. Hey, let me just tell you, I'm delighted when you asked if I could come and give you a report on the tax collector office. Here's what I want to share with you. Business is good at the tax collector office. Thank you. All of you have come to see me. I want all of you to come back to see me. Come often, please. Let me tell you, truly, is that in November we issued tax bills in the amount of around $231 million. As of May 1, we had collected all that money except for $6.1 million. And I'm going to tell you, let me catch my time here.
You can write a check for the rest.
Oh, yes, we could do that, but it is right now 7:45 and about 38 seconds. I will tell you that in 15 minutes, we will collect that $6.1 million and we will have 100% of your tax roll collected. The benefit of that to you is that we distribute that to your taxing authorities that provide the services to you. So isn't that exciting? A tax collector that can tell you that 100% of the taxes have been collected. Oh, you're so excited. Give me an applause on that one. So, hey, what I also want to share with you too, other services that we do for you, as many of you know, you can register your cars and your boats. You can come in and you can receive a birth certificate. You know, if you've got a Florida-born child, grandchild, we can assist you with that too. We provide other services, driver's license. We do a better job of delivering at the local level those services that impact and affect your lives. And again, from our standpoint, business is good. Last year, we conducted over 600,000 transactions on your behalf. Very exciting. We are honored. Truly, I say it, it's our honor to serve you. And we're very excited about that. Things are going well at the tax collector office. Thank you. Thanks for coming to see us, and come back soon. We look forward to seeing you. So Ted has asked me to introduce your next speaker. Next speaker is Senator Denise Grimsley. Denise is a senator from South Florida, but she's keenly aware of us here in Northwest Florida. She's keenly aware of us here in Okaloosa County. Denise is my choice for the Commissioner of Agriculture. That is another partner that we have with the Department of Agriculture, and that's providing concealed weapon licensing. We make that convenient, we make it easy for you, and working with good partners that are familiar with our area. Denise, if you would, please come forward.
Well, thank you, Ben, and it's a pleasure to be here this morning. It's always good to be in Okaloosa County, and I had the opportunity now to have served in the state Senate for 6 years, and I learned pretty quickly under Senator Don Gates where Okaloosa County was. And I've been many, many times, and I brought my grandson with me this morning who's 12 years old, and we are out on the beach, and we may not get to go home. We may have to stay because he really likes it. But I am so delighted to be here. I'm just going to tell you really briefly about who I am. I'm a fifth-generation Floridian, born and raised in the very middle part of the state. We call it Florida's Heartland. It's a little county called Hardy County, about 28,000 in population. And I am a citrus grower, a cattle rancher. I'm a nurse by training, and I also have a master's degree in business administration, having run my family's business for 10 years. We were convenience store operators. We had 10 convenience stores, which is where I got interested in politics. And when I got into this race for Commissioner of Agriculture, that is my backbone. That is what I care about. I care about our next generation of our workforce, but also our agriculture producers. But I want to tell you briefly this morning about something that falls under the Department of Agriculture that touches every single one of you in here, and that is the do not call list. Does anybody think it's working? It's not working. And when I got into this race, I started looking around to try to figure out why is that. And what I discovered was that the carriers like the AT&Ts and the Verizons of the world did not have the legal authority to block those calls. And we know that they come into our phone, they're local numbers, you answer them because you think there's someone that you know, and those are really coming from overseas. And so I just passed a piece of legislation that gives them the authority to block those calls. So in the next 12 months, I believe that you'll see an impact, a reduction on those calls that are coming in to your phone. But if not, the Commissioner of Agriculture has to figure that piece out, because every time we pass a piece of legislation that impacts the bad guys, they figure out another way around it. So I am committed to getting to that done. I'm committing to promoting agriculture in our state. I was proud to support the ability to keep the Triumph funds here locally where they belong. I've enjoyed the endorsement of Senator Don Gates. There's 88 days to go in this campaign, and I'm excited about what we can do. We have a great story to tell for the state of Florida, and I'm excited to be part of it. I'd appreciate your vote on August 28th. It is a Republican primary, and I always tell everybody, if you're not a Republican, it's okay, you got time to change. So you can vote for me. So thank you so much for having me today.
Well done. Thank you, Denise Grimsley. With the big election coming up in November, and in August, certainly we found it relevant that if there are any candidates that are running for state seats, we have our governor running, certainly, we have Senate, and we have certainly Department of Agriculture. So we've elected to bring them here and have you have a chance to meet them. So Denise will be available on the way out. You'll see her name there, and I'll share with anyone out there that has a candidate that's running for the state. Please have them contact us, and we'll see if we can give them that same opportunity. We feel it's a great benefit for you to have a chance to know these people that are running. We'll have locally, I saw some of our school board candidates out there, and I saw some of our congressional candidates out there. We'll be having a forum. Mark Franks was just telling me we'll have a forum in July and August for one of those things, right, Mark? So stay tuned for that, which will be really fun. But big elections, so make sure you see that. And again, see Denise on the way out. We had a chance that George Gaynor, Senator Gaynor, introduced her to me, introduced her to our board a little bit ago, and she's delightful, and we're just happy that she stopped by to see us. So thank you, Denise, for coming. How did the grandson like this delicious Golden Corral buffet? Did he love it? I bet he did. Look at that, you're with the Cox guys. Chad Hamilton's there. What a group you're with. Look at that, you're sitting with Denise Grimsley. Chad Hamilton, can we look? Potentially our next Secretary of Agriculture, right? Get your picture taken with her. Get your picture taken with her now on the way out. You know that. So speaking of people doing a great job, you know, last month, and again, we try to bring subjects of relevance to. Last month we had the food, what was it, the bagging, they bagged all the food up? What's that called again? Feed the Need, thank you for that. So we were chatting yesterday, they filled out like 100,000 bags of food, which is absolutely spectacular. And just as spectacular, when we talk about hunger, we talk about the kids, et cetera. And I had the pleasure of meeting Tiffany Nelson a couple of years ago for Food for Thought. I thought it'd be very relevant as we prepare for the school year to hear what she and her group are doing for our school kids. So Tiffany Nelson for Food for Thought, come up here and tell us what you're doing.
Not as tall as you, Ted. Good morning. Thank you all for having me here this morning. As Ted said, I am Tiffany Nelson. I'm the founder and executive director of Food for Thought Outreach. It's a pleasure to get to present our organization and our work to such a large crowd of committed business owners and family members in Okaloosa County. So I only have a few minutes, and we do a pretty big amount of work in this community. So I want to share with you how I started this organization, why we do what we do, and how we work within the community with our partners to serve the children. So 8 years ago, my oldest child was starting kindergarten at public school. And like a lot of people, I really had no idea that in our beautiful town and community and beach area that we had so many children that were facing hunger-related issues. And through his enrollment process at school, I became aware of a term that they were screening for called food insecurity. And 8 years ago, that was a new term to me and to a lot of people, but I believe that at this point, most of you know that we have a food insecurity problem in our community. I looked at the faces of my 2 children that I worked so hard to support, and I felt compelled to help. But I didn't have money or resources to help, so I asked my pastor, who generously gave me $300 and a good pat on the back and said, go help the children. And so my friends started to come to my house, and we started with 6 children. We fed 6 children, and then 16, and then 36, and then 48. And as I stand here today, 8 years later, we serve 3,000 children a week in 2 counties. Thank you. But today we're in Fort Walton, and I really want to talk about what we're doing specifically in Okaloosa County. So in your county, 1 in 7 children are facing food-related hunger issues every day. And so why does that matter? So let's think about these children. A food insecure child depends on a free or reduced meal plan from their school as their main access to food. So school is not open 365 days a year. So what happens to these 5-year-old children on the weekends, on the summer, on Thanksgiving break, on Christmas break? This 5-year-old child cannot go get a job. They cannot go put themselves on the school bus. They cannot change their circumstances. We need to help. A food insecure child is more absent from school than their peers. They have attention-related issues. Who wouldn't if you were starving? They are behind up to 30% of their peers in their development physically, intellectually, and emotionally. And as they get older, these issues represent themselves through depression and anxiety, which we know so many students who are even in a good position struggle with. So our goal is to bridge that meal gap for these children by providing year-round access to healthy, easy-to-prepare foods that these children can take home with them and empower themselves to get the most out of their education, to stay in school and to thrive with their peers so that they can graduate and become productive members of Okaloosa County rather than dependent on this county. And how we do that is through folks like you. Food for Thought has used over 9,000 volunteer hours in just this school year alone. We have more than doubled our outreach in Okaloosa County. We serve 1,700 students in this county, and that is double from where I stood a year ago. The growth that we have in this county is far greater than what we have in Walton County. So why should you help? Because you are a business owner, because you are invested in this community, and because this morning I listened to so many of you talk about your children in school. If 24% of those children in this entire county are food insecure, then what I can tell you for sure is that your children are sitting next to someone in a classroom who are either taking our help or they need our help. And we are a privately funded nonprofit. At $5 per child per week, imagine what this 300 or 400 group of people could do with $5 each to help the children that we serve. And as the founder and executive director, I cannot stand in front of a group this large who's committed to this county and not share with you that more than 60% of our overall program services are dedicated to Okaloosa County, but less than 20% of our funding comes from this county. We need your help. The children need your help. Whether you volunteer with us as a family, as a business, as a church, as a civic group, as an individual, or you donate to one of our programs, or you advocate and support for what we do, whatever you can do to help the children in your community is going to make Fort Walton and Okaloosa County a better place in the future. And I thank you for this time. I'm going to stay and be in the back. If you have questions, I have information about how you can help. I'm honored to be be here while Gulf Power is sponsoring this breakfast. They most recently awarded us a grant to support the work that we do, and we appreciate that. Ted, thank you for giving me this time, and I appreciate your willingness to be committed to your community. Thank you all very much. I have one more thing. I'm sorry, real quick, Ted. I think my words are great, but a child's words are better. And it's important to remember one thing. These are real kids that if you tried to, you could probably know some of them in your kid's classroom. So I'm not going to edit their language or their writing, but every day we're inundated with thank you cards for what we do. And I just want to share one child's words with you before I go. It's tiny. Thank you for food for thought, because it has got us out of a tight bound. It has put food on the table. It puts food in our tummy. Thank you for the crackers, and thank you for the Pop-Tarts. But most of all, it has made my family happy for not going hungry. So thank you for all you have done.
All right then. Tiffany Nelson, I just met her right after her child had gone to school there, and she shared that story with me, folks. 1,700 kids in Okaloosa County is unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. And with the summer course here, we even need to help more. So Tiffany's going to be available outside with some brochures. I know Denise is going to be there. Also have a chance to meet these women doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Lisa Jo Spencer, will you please work your way up here, as well as Matt Osley. Nathan Sparks is also here. I think I saw Nathan, so will you come up here and tell us about your upcoming, there he is. So let's start off with, let's do Lisa Jo Spencer to chat about Impact 100.
Good morning. Dave Parasot, if you would make your way up here as well, I have a special presentation for you. But I am here for those of you that may not have seen the wonderful, all of the news that we've been able to get. Impact 100 this year has been able to meet our goal, and we have 514 members. So we are so excited about that. Ladies, if any of you, I know I look around and I see so many of you that are members, raise your hand if you're a member so you can be recognized. I thank you all so much. What this means to our community, and food for thought, y'all need to apply for a grant. What this means for our community is we will be able to give out 102 plus change $1,000 scholarship or grants to 5 nonprofits this year in each of our 5 categories. But today what I also want to do, Dave, come on up. We had a very special gift from Dave Parasot. For some of you that don't know, we have friends of Impact, and that's how we do a lot of our administrative things. We don't have any paid staff. We don't have 100% of your $1,000 goes to the grants. So we've got all kind of mailings. We have all kind of things that we have to do throughout the year. Dave said, I want to help you all. He gave us $1,000, and I know you don't want me to tell that publicly, but I can't help it. So we're giving Dave a plaque that is for being a friend of Impact. We'd love to hear from any of you businesses that can help us and any individuals. And don't forget, we've already started our membership drive for 2019. So if you didn't get a chance to get in on the 514, there's still time for next year. Thank you.
Yeah. I talked with Lisa, and most of you are aware my wife passed away 2 years ago, and they do not have honorary deceased members as there. So I said, well, I'll give you the check anyway and spend it however you need. I learned an awful lot about Impact 100 last year through the grant that Fresh Start got for the new playground out there. And I'll tell you what, folks, their program is making things happen that would never happen. But when you can get an influx of 100 grand to do a project for a nonprofit, it gets done rather than spending all your time trying to just keep fundraising a few thousand at a time. So, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done, Lisa Jo. Congratulations, Dave Parasot, community advocate. Well done for all of those things happening in our community. So now let's kind of put our business hats back on, and I want to invite Nathan Sparks up here. Many people ask me, how can I get involved with the defense contractor and such as that, and I'm honored to say Nathan Sparks, the executive director of the Okaloosa Economic Development Council, has a great conference coming up. Will you tell us about the Tech Men Day, sir?
I'd be glad to. You know it's going to be a good day when you see Ted in a Jolly Roger tie, right? So I'm Nathan Sparks with the EDC, and some of you may know that we have under the EDC a committee called TechMen. TechMen is the Technology Coast Manufacturing and Engineering Network. It's been around as long as the EDC has, about 28 years now, and you know, it's not just defense contractors, it's manufacturers like American Elite Molding up in Crestview, Fort Walton Machining here in Fort Walton, and the list goes on. So last year we had our inaugural TechMen Industry Day at the Emerald Coast Convention Center. We had a great crowd. Lots of great speakers. We had exhibitors from as far away as the West Coast. We had some from Silicon Valley, some from Washington State. So it really was a great opportunity to showcase all that's happening in the technology and manufacturing community here in Northwest Florida and specifically in Okaloosa County. So we're going to do it again. And it's August 23rd. And we actually have a website that's up and operational now. It's techmenindustryday.com, T-E-C-M-E-N, industryday.com. If you're interested in attending, there is an opportunity to register as an attendee. If you're an exhibitor or you're interested in exhibiting, you need to be in the technology, manufacturing, or engineering space or a workforce development partner like a staffing agency, but we would love to have you. We've got a great group of speakers that includes, the roster includes folks like the President of the Federal Reserve Bank out of New Orleans coming to talk about interest rates. We've got a Defense Market Outlook panel. We've got an entrepreneur panel. We've got Senator Don Gates, chairman of Triumph, there to talk about Triumph Gulf Coast. We've got workshops. CRI is going to participate along with Saltmarsh and Warren Averett in a panel talking about changes in the federal tax code and what it means for business. We have a panel focused on exporting for those companies that might want to get into international markets. It's really going to be a full day, folks. And by the way, Gulf Power that's sponsoring today's breakfast is also one of our sponsors for TechMen Industry Day. So thank you, Gulf Power. So anyway, TechmenIndustryDay.com, August 23rd, 8 to 5 at the Emerald Coast Convention Center. Hope to see you there.
Well done, my friend. Well done, Nathan Sparks. If you need to learn more about the EDC, you need to meet Nathan and his staff. They do a spectacular job for business and TechMen, so we're honored for that opportunity. We'll have you come back again in August and remind everyone of that event, which is really cool. Speaking of cool, now let's put the chamber hat on. We're going to talk about the chamber, and we have all these committees that we have an opportunity for you. And one of them is called the Empower Committee, and I'm honored to introduce now Matt Osley, who has raised his hand and said, yes, I'll harness those young professionals. Matt, tell us what you're doing.
All right, my name is Matt Osley, and I am the committee chair for Empower Young Professionals. We're a young professional group of men and women under the age of 40. And so if you're not under the age of 40, I'd like to encourage you to listen anyway and send us some of your young professionals that are in your business. We get together for networking on the third Friday of every month for lunch. We sit down, get to know each other, and we have a dynamic speaker each month that talks to us about a leadership topic, about tips and tricks and things to do to up your game, to get into leadership, to be involved in the chamber, to grow in your business, to make new friends. It's the kind of thing that's really great for young men and women that are getting started in business, that want to build some connections. And I find that working with young professionals is a little bit easier to make new friends because we don't have 200 business connections. We're just getting going. And so it's a lot easier, I think, sometimes with the young professionals to come in, to make some new friends, to meet some people that don't already have a full Rolodex. So if you have some young professionals in your business, I'd appreciate you sending them out to our group. It's a great time on Friday afternoon, third Friday lunch every month. Connect with us on Facebook or get in touch with Dana at the Chamber to get our emails. And we eat at a Chamber restaurant, different one every month, so you got to know our super secret location to come to the meeting. But we're looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Well done, Matt. Thank you for volunteering to help that young professionals, Ron Grissom, under the age of 40. Okay, so maybe your grandchild could go to it. But a great thing there. So let's chat now about more chamber activities occurring. RJ, if we have that. June 14th, we're at Olive Garden. First time we've ever been to the Olive Garden for Nothing But Networking. Hopefully you've been to that. Donna and Kim from Inside Look have taken that thing and exploded It is a circus of fun that they have. They always have great activities. People love it. 50s, I think we're limited to 80 people this time, 80 or 90 people. So we've sold out the last couple of them. So it's at the Olive Garden, Thursday, June 14th. Contact the chamber. I want to thank Kim and Donna for taking the lead and being the chairs of that organization, or that committee, as it turns out. Business After Hours is on June 21st. The Silver Slipper Casino, which is located in Bay St. Louis, one of our chamber members is having an event out at the Air Force Enlisted Village. And Dennis Ritter, Classic Catering, is catering it. So it's a great event. Silver Slipper always gives weekends away. They give lots of weekends away. And so you want to go to that Business After Hours. About 100, 120 people should be there. Lots of fun out at Air Force Enlisted Village. Help them celebrate their 50 years, but also help recognize Silver Slipper Casino, which is a lot of fun. And then we have 4. One of the benefits of the chamber, folks, is what's called a lunch and learn. And we have 4 lunch and learns coming up. June 11th, we have Healthy Okaloosa Work Sites. Is one. Do we have a slip on that, RJ Murdoch? I want to thank RJ Murdoch from Emerald Coast TV for helping out and for also helping us with the parade on Monday night, which is sponsored by Step One, and that will be co-hosted with Maureen. Maureen, are you ready for that? Maureen's out there somewhere. She's ready, gearing up. There she is. You ready? We're gonna have some fun that night. So that's coming out, the parade Monday night at 7 o'clock. So we have, what was that little? So here's the 4 lunch and learns we have. And again, folks, as a chamber member, this is a benefit. You're able to share topics of interest you have without necessarily promoting heavily your business. So June 11th is Healthy Okaloosa Work Sites, which is a derivative of the Healthy Okaloosa plan. That's June 11th. June 12th, the Art of Persuasion. Oh, our friends Donna and Kim doing that from Inside Look. To June 12th at the Chamber of Commerce. They're doing that Art of Persuasion. That one's almost sold out already, so congratulations. Come and see those crazy folks. Inside Look, Kim and Donna are doing a great job of the Art of Persuasion. June 20th, Willie Farrow has Workplace Diversity, Increasing Profits. So an opportunity for you to come to that. And all these are complimentary, by the way, folks. Just call the chamber and sign up for them. And then June 21st, the 5 Steps of Thyroid Recovery, as done by Dr. Sean Price. So you can see the variety of topics that your fellow chamber members are sharing with you. These are benefits that are held at the Chamber of Commerce. Contact the chamber, sign up for those. So, and again, if you have a subject that you as a chamber member would like to share and do your own lunch and learn, contact us, and we'll be happy to schedule that for you, as those 4 people have done. Before I introduce, David Presnell. David Presnell, while you were working your way over here, David Presnell is going to talk about the July First Friday Coffee and another crazy time. I do want to share this little side thing. I saw West Fields yesterday. We were talking about Lieutenant Colonel Dick Cole. Just celebrated his 100, he'll be 103 in September, the last surviving Doolittle Raider. And I said, you know, Wes, do you have any books signed by Lieutenant Colonel Dick Cole? And he said, I do have 20. He had 20 in his car, and I said, I'd love to be able to offer them to the chamber. So June 6th coming up, D-Day is this coming Wednesday. So Dick Cole has a book written about him called Doolittle Raider, Hump Pilot, Air Commando, and it's signed by Dick Cole. We have them at the Chamber of Commerce for $40. So, and we only have 20 and such. So if you don't have one of these and you're thinking about a Christmas gift for somebody or whatever, 20 of these books. I have this one here, this one that I brought here today for $40. David, where are you? Oh, there. Oh, you have a prop, I see, okay. But I just want to share that with you as a little aside, folks. If you want a really cool book signed by Dick Cole, the last survivor of Doolittle Raiders, many of you have experienced his visits here, which are absolutely spectacular. $40, we have 20 of these at the Chamber of Commerce. Come and get those. So here is David Presnell. He is the chair of the RPM committee, which he's going to tell you about, and they have the hosting of the next First Friday Coffee. So Mr. Presnell, will you come up here and tell us what these folks can expect in about 5 weeks?
Thanks. I wasn't sure I was allowed up on the stage. Thank you, Ted. RPM, Referral Partners in Marketing, next month in this room at First Friday Coffee. However, it will be the second Friday because of the July 4th holiday. We'll have it on Tuesday or Friday, July 13th. Is that correct, Seth? July 13th is going to be here in this room. First Friday, second Friday Coffee. It will be a trade show atmosphere. The RPM members will probably be about 35 booths set up in here. You guys are going to get great prizes, great door prizes, wonderful information about all of the RPM members of RPM, Referral Partners in Marketing. We're networking warriors. We meet once a month on the third Tuesday of the month. So look us up, find it on the chamber website, get more information about us. We are going to be at Bowlegs today for the Billy Bowlegs Festival. We got free booths at Billy Bowlegs. We get to do the First Friday Coffee, and we also get to do the Business After Hours in October, all for a $150 membership fee for RPM. You get thousands of dollars worth of marketing opportunities with RPM. We hope you become a member, and we'll see you next month at the First Friday Coffee on the second Friday. Thank you to Alice Noyes for this wonderful sandwich board. What do you think of this great advertising for RPM?
Thank you, David. 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 Thank you
So if you need a RPM sandwich board or a sandwich board for your business, go see Alice Noyes with Hand Woven by Design. That's what we do at RPM. We refer other members. How was that? Alice, good? Yeah, that's what we do for RPMs. Come join us. Thank you, Ted.
Well done, David Presnell. So the second Friday in July, Greg Black, you're aware of that, right? Second Friday in July we'll be here. Second Friday in July, RPM trade show endeavors here. RJ Murdoch, we chatted earlier about Emerald Coast TV. For those of you who've come several times, he'll give away a door prize and he will create a 60 for 60 spot. RJ, do you have this month's award-winning 60-second video presentation ready to go?
Hello, my name is Mike Jimerson. I recently started a small, unique advertising business called Watercat Media that consists of a small boat with a frame that can display a 3x5 foot interchangeable banner advertising your business or message to locals and tourists in our area. Watercat Media can carry your advertising banner to various locations on or near the water that cannot be normally reached by traditional advertising and at an affordable price. Imagine your advertising or message only a few feet away from waterfront tourist attractions and businesses at Crab Island, Destin Harbor, Noriega Point, all the bayous, the Intercoastal Canal, and other hotspots on our beautiful Emerald Coast. So call me, Watercat Media, 850-341-4145, or visit my website at watercatmedia.com.
Well done, Michael Jimerson. Look at him out there basking in the glory of his. Well done, Michael. Fun idea, very creative of you, my friend. We're very proud of that. And RJ, good job on the video. We'll be giving away a video during the door prizes. So we have a chair of the board. Ty, where are you going? Ty, where are you going? Okay, let's check it. Sorry to embarrass you. Dang, I got to control that. So we're honored now to not control. Here's our 2018 chair of the board, direct from Cabnosaurus, your friend and mine, the one and only Nick Chubb.
Good morning. How's everybody today? Well, Ted said we're going to have a full agenda, so I tried to keep things a little brief. Could I get any elected official to please stand and be recognized? These people give their time to make our communities and our state better, so thank you for recognizing them. And speaking of government, many of you know I've been involved in our local government darn near since I moved here. I've been a city councilman at Cinco Bayou. I was just recently reappointed for 11 years, going on 12. On the board of Okaloosa County League of Cities for 10 plus years. So basically, I've kept my ear, eyes, and nose involved in our local politics. And I don't know if you all noticed last month, 2 momentous decisions were made. They're transformational. And they were jointly done between the county and the municipalities. And those 2 projects are the Destin Connector, will receive funding to be completed, and the Crestview Bypass. Those are huge, and it was a joint effort that just within a 1-week period, both of those were approved. So that's unprecedented. And what I'd like to say is, I hope that we can help keep that momentum going and growing so that we can get more joint participation projects pulled together so we're not fighting buckets of whether it be power, whether it be money, that we can get some more things pulled together that have been on the boards, discussed for years, decades in some cases, and let's get some of those accomplished in the very near future. And I hope both Ted and I can stand up here within a couple months and announce the Fort Walton Beach Bypass, which many of you have heard us talk about as around the mound. That is working its way up in the priority list, and decisions will be made before this fall. So let's keep that going. On a different note and a sad note, many of you have read or heard about the passing of Hugh Kendall. If you have not seen the coastlines this month yet, I announced that we are going to honor Hugh and have established this year the Hugh Kendall Community Volunteer Award. We'll nail the details down for nominations. The nominating forms will go out later this year, and we hope to keep Hugh's spirit of commitment to the community and improving it an ongoing thing annually. And along the same lines, our Representative Matt Gaetz also entered something in the congressional record 2 weeks ago on May 15th, recognizing Hugh for all of his support, volunteerism, and everything else. That's in the congressional record now. So we thank Matt for doing that as well. I know he didn't do it for any selfish reasons. He and Hugh were good friends, and many of you here have been touched by Hugh. So I would just ask for 1 moment or 1 minute of silence, please. Thank you. Sorry, that must be on page 2. No, it's not. Oh, we have a sponsor. Sorry, Bernard. Gulf Power has graciously sponsored this. They're an annual sponsor. We appreciate their support and commitment to our community. And without further ado, let me introduce Bernard Johnson.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing this morning? All right. So, a year ago today, there's been some changes with our company. But before I get into that, I do want to introduce some members on our team that are still here. We have our marketing team right here to my immediate left. If y'all would stand real quick. We got Scott and Toriano, Glenn, Miss Connie, and my personal admin right there, Miss Jeannie Gatlin. So appreciate that team being here. We also have our customer service team here. If y'all would stand real quick. We have Wanda, Pam, Lori, Nancy, Matt, and of course the always effervescent Mr. Ron Grissom. So we appreciate you guys. Thanks for that. I was thinking about when Ben Anderson was up here earlier, and he was, of course, congratulations on the taxes collected and all to go towards our services and all. But every year, of course, we always get that, you get birthday cards, from close friends, and Ben makes sure we get birthday bills. So, Ben, we appreciate that. Thanks for that, brother. And Tiffany, it's always good to support you in your efforts there at Food for Thought. Y'all doing a lot of great stuff, so congratulations to you on that. How many of y'all remember seeing this? Anybody see that in the paper today or last week? Gulf Power to be sold. So, we typically have sponsored for the last couple years the chamber in the month of June. And before I go any further, I want to make sure I introduce our economic development, my local manager up there in the north area, Miss Juliet Milam. Sorry about that, Juliet, I'm sorry. Appreciate it. Then we have a guest with us as well, John Townsend, who's going to help us on some things as well. And then I'll get to we share our time typically with, we got Fresh Start here. Where's Mark at? There he is. Mark's right there. No, sorry, Mark. And Dora Baltus with Take Stock. So we'll allow them to come up after I get finished doing my piece here. So when you saw that in the paper, that kind of gets interesting, doesn't it? When you see a company like Gulf Power to be sold. So if you think about a year ago today, since that time, we've flattened the organization, done a big reorg, right? We've closed our customer-facing offices, of which we had 8. So we had 4 in this district here, and we had 2 in Panama City and 2 in Pensacola. That's the second thing. And the company's been sold. Now, back to that in a minute. But since that time, we've also had the opportunity to, we have 107 payment locations, so you don't have to come down to the office and pay at Gulf Power. You can pay at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Publix, stores of that nature there. We're still called Gulf Power. That's not going to change. And we lowered our rates. So ever since the month of April. So how many of y'all seen a reduction in your bill as of yet? Okay? So there's been some change. So change will continue to be here. Change will continue to come. The organization called Next Era, I don't know if y'all have heard of them. They're the parent company of Florida Power and Light, which is down in Juno Beach. So basically, what the Reader's Digest version of the whole deal is such that maybe not exactly like this, maybe something sort of like this, is the president of Next Era said, okay, what do you think Gulf Power is worth? I'm talking to the president of Southern Company. This is, I don't know, $2 billion? Let's just say $2 billion thereabout. How about if we doubled that value and wrote you a check for Gulf Power? So now, first you had the president of Southern Company's attention, now you got his undivided attention. So when he looks at that, he's like, well, and this is nothing new. So this is something that's been talked about for the last couple of years as far as Gulf Power is concerned, and we've heard about Mississippi Power maybe being sold off and Gulf Power being in that same conversation, but nothing's happened. It's just, been a lot of conversation around it. So, as, you hear things, in the world of business, things are constantly changing. So after a lot of approvals and board of director conversations, that have been taking place the last 4 or 5 months, all that happened. So we got the call not long before you guys did about the announcement, and it's going forward now. Anybody who's in real estate knows that you could sell a house all day long, but no deal is a done deal till you close on that house, right? So the sale's taking place, but the close is not due to take place until next year. So probably first quarter, June of 2019, about that timeline is when the close is looking to take place. So FERC regulations, FCC regulations, all that's got to sign off on it. When that happens, then the deal should be done. Now, nothing's going to change as far as that goes. We're still going to be Gulf Power. We're still going to be here serving the community. You look at NextEra's organization, they're probably the largest utility in the world in what they do. They're in 33 states. They're in Canada. But their basis about going about taking care of business, economic development, growing the region, and customer satisfaction is in the same wheelhouse of what Gulf Power is. So it was good that we can, instead of reporting to Southern Company, we're going to report in Next Era. So having that same mindset and that same thought is going to be very warm and endearing for us. So it's going to be different. So it's still, still people are talking about on the docks and in the shops and on the floors and all that at Gulf Power, so it's still a topic of conversation. So we're, warming up to it and helping each other get through it. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be even to better, not even to worse. The folks that we see here, they're not talking about any changes as far as that goes. So we're going to go forth and continue to service you as our customers, and we appreciate all the business that we do with you. Does that make sense? All righty. So with that being said, I don't really have a lot to say. We do have our table over here. Now I do have the storm pieces out there. I know that in the bags, this piece here about the storm readiness was very important. So as we're going to June 1st, storm season, well, I like to call it elevated weather system season, but we don't like hurricanes nor hurricanes, so we want to make sure to keep those at bay. So with that being said, there's some piece of information here that you can actually go on our website and go into Google Store or an app store and get the app set up, which we'll talk about outage alerts, outage locations, how long it'll take for us to come back and get your power restored. That piece is in this document. And when power is lost, our primary emphasis to get restored, usually you're close to Eglin Parkway, Racetrack Road, Bill Parkway. We like to get the hospitals. Obviously, we've got to get our substations back up. Then we get the bigger businesses. We'll make sure the hospitals, lift stations, things of that nature, they are running. Those are kind of natural things. The big box stores, here again, off the main drag. Then, of course, a lot of residential pieces come on at the same time as that. So there is a process. And, sometimes it's weird when you see your neighbor has power and you don't have power. You know, we get that all the time. Heck, I get that. So it happens. You're just on a different feeder, on a different circuit, but it'll just be a matter of time. Because at the end of the day, you know, if the meter's not moving, we're not making money, right? And if we're not making money, you're not satisfied as customers. So at the same time, we want to make sure we get your power on just as bad as you want it on. So we have crews out there. We have help coming in. We have, you know, resources from Southern Company, from South Florida. They've already volunteered to help us. And with Alberta just rolling through here, how many folks you think we had out? We had 12,000 customers out from Pensacola to Panama City, and all that power was restored within 12 hours. So, you know, thank you, appreciate it. So as far as those efficiencies are concerned, you know, we have the resources. You know, we, of course, much rather go help somebody than somebody come help us. But at the end of the day, when the storm does come to this area, please feel comfortable that we're going to be able to get your power restored. All righty? So with that being said, I'm going to defer. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the opportunity, Ted, for sponsoring this First Friday, on First Friday, not First Friday, on Second Friday. And we look forward to continue to serve you in the future. We do have a couple folks that we want to divert some time to. So if you would come up, Mr. Dort Baltus and Mark Ducham as well. So the Take Stock program is something that Gulf Power has been very involved in over the last multiple years. And we look forward to the opportunity. We sit on the board and we have that participation. We make a contribution, as sure as many other businesses do as well. But I'm going to introduce Ms. Dort Baltus to you and let her tell you more about Take Stock. Give her a hand as she gets her.
Thank you, Bernard. Ted Corcoran has assured me that being able to read is a prerequisite for being a member of this chamber. So I am not going to read this handy-dandy handout to you that's on the table. It's the nuts and bolts of our program, of our Take Stock in Children program. But I will draw your attention to the fact that Take Stock in Children in Okaloosa County at the beginning of this year had 125 young people who had graduated, who were attending college, and 85 who are college graduates. And every spring we induct, if you will, we add to our program young people, and we honor our graduates. And on April 25th of this year, we welcomed 12 new students and congratulated 16 graduates, 16 young people who had kept to the terms of their contract and who had completed high school and who had been awarded post-secondary scholarships. So at that event, we asked one of our alums to come back and speak about her journey with Take Stock. And as Tiffany said, a young person's words are far more effective, if you will. So I would like to read to you the comments that she made. And she mentions two people. One of them is Mrs. Bishop, who was her mentor, and that is Sheila Bishop, who is the librarian, the head of the library system in Niceville. And she also mentions Mrs. Frazier, who is my colleague Cindy Frazier, who's our program coordinator. So with that, I'm going to ask you to engage your collective imaginations, if you will, because I'm going to read this exactly the way that she read it to those 12 new scholars, 8th graders who are going into high school, and those 16 graduates from our high schools here in Okaloosa County. Good afternoon. My name is Jayla Lee, and I'm a participant of the Take Stock in Children program. I am currently 25 years old and was sitting in the same position that you are in. When my family and I first heard about the Take Stock in Children program, we were going through the roughest patch of our lives. My big sister got hurt playing basketball, resulting in 13 surgeries. She was told she would have to get her leg amputated and never would be able to walk again. Going to physical therapy with her week after week after week and seeing the progression she made and all the odds she was beating, right then and there, only being in 6th grade, I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. So I knew that the Take Stock in Children program would be right for me. I met my mentor, Mrs. Bishop, when I was in 7th grade. When we first met, I was really shy and hardly talked, but when I got to know her, she helped me open up and become more confident in myself. As the years went by, I noticed that I started to become more outgoing, not just with our meetings that we had every Friday, but with school when it came to projects and even my social life. The transition from high school to college is definitely a hard one. You go from attending school being mandatory to professors not caring if you show up to their class now because you're an adult, so it is now up to you. As for the high school students transitioning into college, being social and meeting my classmates is definitely what helped me be able to succeed in college. What I did was record the lectures for the classes that were harder to me, then being with a group of colleagues, and each person in the group would take turns transcribing it. At most colleges, the library is open 24/7, so I would meet up with study groups. My biggest advice would be to take now how you study in high school and tweak it to make it work for you in college. Put the majority of your time into the classes that are harder for you. Try studying that night the material you learned that day in your classes. That way, when the weekend comes, you are still able to attend those football and basketball games without it cutting into your school time. I would say do not wait until the last minute when it comes to turning in assignments or writing papers. Get used to late nights and minimal sleep, and naps will become your best friend. I also feel like if you already know what you want to do, it'll save time with you being in school because you know exactly what core classes you need to take to get that degree and move on to the next level. For example, I knew I wanted to become a physical therapist, and to get into that program, you need certain classes. So while I was at community college working on my degree, I was also taking the classes I needed to get into that program, such as physics, anatomy, and biology. This program is so important because it'll help you stress less about how you're going to pay for those classes and the expensive books, and put your focus more towards your classes. This program, Take Stock, will turn more into a family, and the support they give out gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward. As far as applying to college, leave all of your options open. I wouldn't just focus on applying to one school just in case you weren't able to get into your first choice. You will still have options to choose from. A lot of schools do have early decision, so just make sure you do your research for the schools that do and apply early. Also, if you already know what you want to do, some schools will have what they call pre-programs and groups you can meet up with to get to know the people that are wanting to go down the same path as you. For me personally, the route I decided to take was to go to community college first. So I moved to Tampa and received my AA from Hillsborough Community College. I then transferred to South University, where I obtained my bachelor's in health science. With the help of Mrs. Frazier, my mentor, Mrs. Bishop, and a few other important people in my life, taking the time out of their busy schedule to write me recommendation letters, around this time last year, I was accepted into Hampton University's doctorate program for physical therapy in Hampton, Virginia. I did a semester there. I then decided going into the military would be the right path for me while going back to school to get my doctorate. I'm currently in the process to go to the Air Force as an officer in the Medical Service Corps, which Mrs. Frazier also wrote me a recommendation letter for. Mrs. Frazier and Take Stock have supported every single one of my dreams along the way. Without the support from my family and Take Stock, I would not have made it this far. I can't thank them enough. 25 years old, a graduate of our program, and we are so proud of her. I would ask, because she mentioned her mentor more than once, would the individuals in this room who have served as mentors in the past or who are serving as mentors now, would you please stand for us? Because you've been so supportive of our students. Come on. Thank you. And with that, thank you, Bernard and Gulf Power, for once again sharing your time with us. We truly appreciate all of your support.
Thank you, Dort. Outstanding. Mark, you come on up. Mark Dutram with Fresh Start.
Good morning, Chamber. How are you? Happy June. I am Mark Dutram. I get the pleasure of representing Fresh Start for the next few minutes. And again, we wouldn't have that opportunity without the great friendship of Gulf Power. You guys have been great supporters of nonprofits, and Ron and Nance on our board. And I look around, there's so many members that are part of Fresh Start, either by way of Repeat Street or by way of our board of directors and volunteers, et cetera. So it is a community. Take stock, food for thought. I mean, you guys inspire us. The Impact Ladies, again, we're a great community, and I'm going to share a little bit of a song. Maybe you've heard it lately. Joshua Wilson just wrote called Dream Small, and it sounds kind of strange, but it's really cool because it's all of us doing the small things that end up being the big things. But anyway, we've got a little bit of a thing here, and I do want to share. We have hired a director. Tracy Williams left us a short time ago. We've hired a lady named Mary Wilson that will start with us on June 13th. We're very excited about that. I think you will embrace her. I think she's going to fit well in this community. She's got a great heart, just like many of us do. So we're very excited about that. Denise, great progress, by the way, on the blocking calls. And if you could make real progress when you can block my mother-in-law's calls, that'll be fantastic on that progress. Anyway. So we've got about 5 minutes. We've been around for about 30 years, so we'll see how fast that goes. She's not here, is she? That'd be really bad if she was. And then Mike Jimerson, I wanted to say that job I may want when you want to retire. So I'll drive that boat around and just kind of show things off. The core of what we do, RJ, I hope this thing works. Little clicker, there we go. And actually, Cindy did a great job putting this little PowerPoint together for us, and so we'll kind of go through that. But if you think about the heart of what we do, it is helping people achieve self-sufficiency. You guys know, just like I do, we could throw resources or money at any kind of social issue, but if you don't change the cause and effect, you'll be right back to where you started. So again, we think accountability and again, empowering people to be independent. And again, we've got Sean in the room today, one of our families that have gone through, who's now independent, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So self-sufficiency is probably the key. Let's talk about we're a partnership program. We are a hand up, not a handout. So as long as our families are still dreaming, still driving, still improving, still wanting to better themselves, they could stay for up to about 2 years. And we'll talk about our two different programs. But once, either they achieve those dreams or they quit trying, again, we'll help them transition to something that is better for them. But again, it is a partnership. It's got to be, right? They've got to want to change. They've got to want to do the work to make that happen. Again, we've been around for about 30 years. We trace our roots all the way back to the 80s. We had Transition Village back in, I think, 1989. We brought our transitional unit 2014, and then our step-up building, I think, was in 2009. And then, of course, we just had a groundbreaking recently in our Family Impact Park. We are so proud of that. That would have never happened without the benefit, and we notice Impact is the name. But yeah, if you're a lady for the Impact 100, which now there's going to be 5 of them, again, you have taken our children from where they used to play on the concrete and in the streets, are going to play on grass and in a park. So if we could give the Impact ladies a big round of applause, that would have never happened without them. And again, who do we work with? You and I know that the homeless population is much deeper, much wider than who we see on the street corners, those guys that are collecting money, panhandlers, et cetera. We work with, again, homeless women and children. And this represents a pretty good population size who are either couch surfing, living in cars. God, we've had people that were living in storage units. It is incredible. But we, again, work with families like that because we want to work with who we think the most vulnerable are. And then also, we want to have a generational impact, right? We want to be able to stop the cycle of homelessness that's out there. And again, so our transitional program, we are an educational program with a housing component. We are not a housing program because, again, there is accountability. So when people come in, we've got a lot of conditions and things like that, but we try to provide them the tools and the abilities to make change in their life and some things that maybe we had that we even take for granted. But they've got to be drug and alcohol free. They've got to be employable or employed, but they have to pay. So some of the things that they pay for, just like you and I do, they've got to pay for utilities. We help them save. They got to save 10% of their income. They pay 20% of their income towards, the housing component, the program component that we have. And then again, we give them life skills and educational skills so that we can change, their destiny. Whether it's resume writing, whether it's technology skills, whether it's parenting or budgeting. And then we try to find jobs that are in the community, whether it's CNAs or court reporting, and give them those tools and those skills so that they can become independent. And that's the key thing. And people that come through our program, we've got about an 80% success rate. People, they do not return to homelessness, and we're very proud of that in the work that we do. While they come through the program, again, they're still able to use a lot of the services that we have, the food pantry, the tutoring for the children, legal assistance, scholarships, things of that nature. And then from there, so if they go through this program, they can now move across the street to what we call our affordable housing, which we just call low-income housing. We reduce some of the rules that we have on them now. We're kind of graduating them towards independence, but they still have access to all of the programs. They can still participate in a lot of the educational things that we do for them. Dave Ramsey classes, we talk to them about faith, so many different things. And they can stay in this program for about a year. So total, again, we've got the 9-month program and then the step-up housing. Repeat Street came online in 2014. Of course, this is our primary source of funding for Fresh Start, and it does a tremendous job. And I know, again, we had our business after hours there recently, but if you haven't been, come. I mean, it has actually a department store feel. It doesn't feel like a thrift store. We're very proud of the items that we have in there. Many of you probably donate things to that or volunteer. We see Paul Steinbeiser over there, Ted, who does a lot for you. He is on our board. He volunteers in Repeat Street every week. He's an incredible volunteer. And I bet he gets more out of it than what people do. I mean, you be great people, and you get a tremendous sense of community in doing that. But you can either, again, volunteer, donate, come serve, come shop there. It's actually really good. Our impact. This is amazing to me still. I mean, when you think about it, we, on an average year, interact with about 10,000 people. 10,000 people who are either asking about housing, asking about food, asking about, some type of thing, utility service, or referral. So just in an average year, it's a tremendous amount of impact that we have in the community. So again, ways to get involved and help out. There are so many things that we can do. Let me give you a couple save the dates if we could. We have our gala that a lot of you have participated in every year. That is going to be September 22nd this year, if you want to put that down. Also coming up on June 23rd, we are doing a live radio remote at Repeat Street. And we're going to be serving hot dogs. Actually, some of the ladies will have flyers that you can pick up here. But here's kind of the cool thing. We're going to have hot dogs and chips and drinks. You could pre-order. So we kind of had the idea if you wanted to serve your staff or serve somebody, you could call in pre-order. We will deliver it. If you wanted to support first responders or something like that, you could call, order up a meal for them. We will deliver it. And, we did something nice for somebody. So anyway, there's ways that you can kind of participate. We also have the ability to buy a gift certificate for $25. That would be a $50 shopping certificate in Repeat Street, and we'll do that during that time. Anyway, I'm just going to read you a few lyrics from the song. I know I only had a few minutes to kind of share a 30-year history, but this is a new song. I just heard it, so I just want you to think about this. It's by Josh Wilson. It's called Dream Small. Sing it to me, baby. All right, it's visiting the widow down the street or dancing on a Friday with your friend with special needs. These simple moments change the world. Loving God and others as yourself, finding little ways where only you can help. Keep loving, keep serving, keep listening, keep learning, keep praying, keep hoping, keep seeking, keep searching. And it talks about, again, you don't have to try to do it all, just dream small. And I think we do that as a community better than anywhere I've ever been. Again, we do the small things, and those small things change people's lives. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that, Mark. All right, so thanks once again to Miss Cindy Frazier and Dort Walton with Take Stock. Thank you, Mark, with Fresh Start. Thank you guys for the opportunity to be the sponsor for this June meeting, and look forward to continue to serve you here in the near future. Thanks, Ted.
Thank you, Bernard Johnson. Thank you, Gulf Power. Well done. Let's have our new members come up, go stage. Right over here, if you're a new member, you have 30 seconds to introduce yourself to this well-behaved ensemble. I actually thought when I saw that article that it said Gulf Power to be sold, I thought the city of Destin was going to buy it. For those of you who have, but I misjudged. I thought that's what they finally had decided to do. So if you're a new member, you'll come up here, you'll stand here, you'll come up on the stage, you'll give me your business card. RJ Murdoch from EmeraldCoastTV.com will showcase your card. Stroll on up. You look like you're the first person. You may be the only person. How exciting, you have the whole stage to yourself. Do you have a card?
I do.
All right. Well done. So, and after this, we're going to do door prizes. So if you have to leave, wait till after you hear from Tommy, and then you can leave. We'll do door prizes. Here we go, sir. All right. RJ, so you're up, my friend.
Ready? All right, my name is Tommy Morris. I'm with Next Generation Village, and we are an inpatient adolescent drug and alcohol treatment program in Sebring, Florida. So a little bit south of Orlando. I live here in Navarre, been in the area since 2000, so I'm representing Next Generation Village across the Panhandle. So everybody probably knows somebody who's been affected by drug and alcohol addiction or mental health needs. So for us, if you have somebody that's age 13 to 17 that needs help, give me a call, let me know. We'd love to help them out. Thank you.
Well, so as a new member, thank you, Tommy. As a new member, you'll come up and you'll share your story, and then you'll go over to see our Nick Chubb over there, who's our chair. You'll get a little high five from him, maybe a knuckle knock, whatever it may be, and you'll walk down the stairs and you'll get a photo taken. Randy, you're up, my friend.
Right. Thank you, Ted. Good morning. My name's Randy Lorenz. I'm with Military Media, Inc. We're located just across the bridge at Hurlburt over on 98 West. Since 1981, we've produced those thick manuals, base directories for the Air Force bases all along the Gulf Coast. A couple years ago, we converted from print to totally online. Recently, we've developed the first mobile app for Eglin Air Force Base. So it's available as a free download on either Apple App Store or your Google App Store. And literally all the information that used to be in that thick guide is now right here in the palm of your hand. So if you're a military-friendly business and you'd like to be in the hands of the local military members, see me. I'll be in the back of the room over there. I'm sitting next to Dr. Kelly. I'll give you some information on how to access the app and get you right into their hands. Thank you.
Well done, Randy. Well done. Come on up here. Don't be shy, Mary. Don't be shy, please. Welcome back. We're happy to have Mary DeSalvo here.
Hey, everybody. I'm not new member personally, but my company is. I have just started with the Marriott Fairfield Inn and Suites in Crestview. We're opening in late summer. It's going to be a new concept for Marriott Hotels, and I'm all excited about that. I was with Marriott for 18 years, so I'm going back home to where I belong. And you'll hear more about it. Thanks.
All right, one more, my friend. Oh, my gosh. Well done. You're up from Warren Averett.
Unlike Mary, my company is not new to the chamber. I am new, though, to the area. My name is Adam Nelson. I'm a senior manager with Warren Averett, and my specialty is not-for-profits and government. So a couple of the not-for-profits, if there's any accounting or tax advice that you seek or need, I'm a great wealth and resource for you guys. And just glad to be in Fort Walton Beach area.
Welcome. We're happy to have you, Adam. Well done. All right, so those are our new members. So let's do door prizes now, shall we? If you have to leave, now would be the time because we can't deliver it to you in such a way. We're going to start off, Seth will bring that up here. We're going to start off with, I'll tell you what we'll do. The centerpieces before you go, Gulf Power again, which is a wonderful company doing great things. I just talked to Bernard, he said you have this cool centerpiece. If your birthday is closest to today, will be the person who gets to take the centerpiece home with them. So if your birthday is closest to today, on behalf of Gulf Power, ask that amongst your people. And then Bernard, John, who's going to do this? All right, so let's, Bernard, what's your door prize? Do we have it up here? There it is. There he is. All right. Who's doing it now? Glenn, who's doing that? So we have, Robin Doan. So are we doing that one first? Okay, pull that. What are you giving away? What are you giving away? I don't even know. Oh, we got a cool tote bag. So if you put your business card in for Gulf Power, Glenn is going to draw that. He's going to give it to Bernard, and I'm going to read it. You're going to come up and get the prize. So the winner of the Gulf Power tote bag from Florida Financial Services is Michael Locke. Michael Locke, you have won the prize. Hold on to that. He was here earlier, Michael. You're going to give it to him. Okay, so he's won that prize. There we go. So now, time for the door prizes. Here we go, everybody. Starting off, Leslie from White Wilson Medical Center. Here, Seth, will you just do these? Oh, not representing White Wilson, it's a basket full of fun, and the winner is from Hand Woven by Design, of course, the one and only Alice, representative RPM. Alice, you have won the White Wilson prize. Alice is in line. There she is right there. So Alice is right there. Epi is there to take their photo. You give and you shall receive. David Presnell is here. David, come over here and tell me what you got right down here. Tell me what you got going on.
Hi, Painting with a Twist has a monthly fundraiser for not-for-profits called Painting with a Purpose. Pam, come on up here. This month, June 20th, on Wednesday, June 20th, we are happy to host Special Olympics of Okaloosa County for their 50th anniversary for a meet and greet where you get to meet some of the athletes as well as paint a wonderful customizable picture of an American flag that you can put your family name or something like that on there. Pam Sparks has done a wonderful job of organizing this. You'll see athletes there like Jacob Luttrell, Seth's son, who's going to USA Games for golf. They came back recently from competition in Florida and won about 47 of 55 categories. So there are big things happening in Special Olympics. We'd like to keep it going at our Painting with a Purpose on June 20th, and we are giving away a spot at that fundraiser for you to come and join us, as well as a bottle of wine and a beautiful painting as well. So Pam, would you like to announce the winner?
Here it is. The winner is right here.
Well, okay, Johnny Alexander.
Johnny C. Alexander.
Johnny C. Hey, buddy.
Well done, well done. Let me have the mic back. Okay, Alice is up now. Yes, there we go, got it. All right, so Alice is up here now from Hand Woven by Design. It's a handsome addition to your fabulous interior design. Here's a hand-woven basket for your living room or your guest bedroom, locally made by the one and only Alice by Hand Woven by Design. We always love Alice. And nice job with the bow legs attire there, my friend. And the winner of this from Eglin Federal Credit Union, Myla Martinez. Myla Martinez, you have won the prize. And there she is, right in line there. Reconfirming you give and you shall receive. Who is giving the Warren Averett gift certificate? Epi Azaretto will be giving away the Warren gift certificate. It is a gift certificate chock full of fun from Warren Averett. We just met Adam from there. Gulf Coast Spray Cleaning, the one and only Lee has won it. Lee, you have won the prize. Make some type of noise so we hear that you're here. Draw again. Thank you for that. For those of you keeping track at home. Draw again. Lee has left the building. How about this, in this case, from Sundance Rental Management, Chloe Sansom. Chloe Sansom, maintenance coordinator. Chloe, there you go. Fantastic. You won the prize from Warren Averett. Isn't that exciting? Thanks for showing your excitement. We're happy to have you here today. Janet Chubb representing Warren Averett in this case. David Presnell coming back again, or was that the one you did? Okay, here are coming back again. Feel free to have a seat in between. I can understand how tired you would work after that very long speech you gave earlier. Make it shorter this time.
RPM, Referral Partners in Marketing, is giving you $50 gift card here, $50 cash to spend with any one of the Referral Partners in Marketing members.
Well done, well done. And here you have from Lisa Jo Spencer, Sarah Carilla. Take this card so you'll know how to get her. Sarah has won that prize. Congratulations for excitement. Thank you, David, for that, and thank you for Painting with a Twist. Priscilla Rose from Legal Shield Independent Associate, a $50 Visa gift card. Priscilla's been an active member of the Chamber for a while here. Legal Shield, hear more about that if you need any Legal Shield information. And the winner is Amber Ellis from Synovus. Amber Ellis, the mortgage loan originator. Amber, there she is. There's the excitement. Look how cool your hair looks. It's glistening with your little hair bow there. It's fantastic. Jobs for You, is Beth here from Jobs for You? There she is. Oh, Sylvia's here representing. Sylvia representing Job for You, and you have a prize of some sort. There it is. Oh, the big prize. The big prize, a basket full of stuffed pigs and other animals such as that. And koozies and barbecue stuff. So Jobs for You. You want to come out to Smoke on the Coast? Is that at Destin Commons? Here.
Yes, I am here representing Jobs for You, and we would like for you to come out to Smoke on the Coast on July the 3rd, and please come and visit our booth. And we have this lovely giveaway from our sponsor, Lily Q's, over in Miramar Beach.
Well done, Sylvia. Well done, Jobs for Us. There, Smoke on the Coast. The winner is Don Whitney from Conexion. Don Whitney from Conexion knows not to leave early. Beth is here from Hutchinson Chiropractic. There she is. Dr. Rachel has included a voucher for a free complete spinal exam and any necessary digital x-rays at Hutchinson Chiropractic Center. Wow, who doesn't need that? I know I sure do. That's what it says, and I do too. It also contains a portable hammock. Seriously, folks, just imagine lying in the hammock, thinking how amazing you feel after a complete spinal exam at Hutchinson Chiropractic Center. Wow, did you write that? That's nice, very well done. Dr. Rachel at Hutchinson Chiropractic Center is here to care for you. This is a $200 value. And notice, Beth has a new hairstyle today. Yes, I noticed, it looks fabulous. So here it is, Hutchinson Chiropractic. And the winner is L.A. Woodall from New York. L.A. Woodall. He has left the building. No hammock for him. No hammock or spinal exam from Hutchinson Chiropractic. But from inside look, Donna Vecchione. Donna Vecchione. Well done, Donna. Donna again reminding everyone of both that their Lunch and Learn and Nothing But Networking next week. So check the Chamber for both of those. Tracy McCreary is here. Tracy McCreary celebrating her 5-year anniversary in business. 5 years anniversary. It's a $50 gift certificate toward printing and promotional, a Bluetooth speaker, and a bottle of wine. Tracy would like to thank all of our chamber members who have helped support her business in the last 5 years. Southern Star Printing, congratulations. Tim Bryant, Okaloosa School District. Tim Bryant, congratulations for all your printing needs right here. So we're happy for that. Elizabeth is here, is she, or somebody is from Fort Walton Beach Medical Center. No, they're not. They're not. Okay then. Pam, we got Wes Fell. Wes Fell is here. Wes Fell, the Emerald Coast Home Show, everyone. We've heard about it. You saw him on stage last month where he gave already in advance of that event $10,000 to One Hopeful Place. It was very, very cool, covered in the coastlines. In this case, he's got 20 free tickets to the home show, $100 value. 20 free tickets, $100 value. And the winner of this is Dave Parasot. Dave Parasot. Bring all of your friends from Northwest Florida Military Officers Association to that event. Thank you, Wes, for that. Well done. And that function coming up in September, we'll hear from Wes again. You know, about 3 months ago, we had a ribbon cutting up there at Clean Eats. Now, Clean Eats is in that same shopping plaza as Twisted Grape in Shalimar. You've been there, Reniersons, right? Right there. Twisted Grape is over here, and Clean Eats is over here, and there's a hamburger place right next to it. So it was the first time I went in there. I had a chance to meet Zach and his wife, Lydia. This place is spectacular. Clean Eats, you have got to go there. Their mantra is to give you the tools needed by preparing proper portion-sized meals with a balance of protein, carbs, and fats. Our meals eliminate the guessing, temptation, and lack of being prepared. Our cafe offers a variety of health options to choose from for dine-in, carry-out, catering. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I want you to go there. I want you to go there. It's open for lunch and dinner right there in that same plaza. Delicious food, great choices, and they have food to go, 21 meals. My stepson gets it every single week, 21 meals. He told me last night, best ever. He's lost 30 pounds as a result of clean eats and exercising, and he wants you to deliver. He wants you to deliver. That was the message. He loves it. So I can't tell you enough. It is Steve, have you been there? Clean Eats? Oh, you know where it is? Where is it at? Oh, you've been in there? Okay, good. It's delightful. You buy their weekly, their food. So again, folks, I can't emphasize enough, Zach and his lovely wife, Lydia, who's not here today, fabulous. I want you to go there. I want you to tell me how wonderful it is. Zach, thank you for your membership in the chamber. And in this case, giving away 21 meals. This is a $130 value meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a full week. They serve them up. They have all these choices you get to choose from. Go there. Absolutely spectacular. Who was the lucky winner of this? Seth Luttrell. Ironically, Seth Luttrell gave me his card. Because he knows how good it is. Well done. Well done. So, you can tell how good you'd like to have that. The winner, Keith Lapine from Emerald Coast Pathology. Keith, nobody needs more healthy food than you, my friend. Keith Lapine, meet Zach McIntosh from Clean Eats. Everyone go there. Tell me how wonderful it is. Thank you for your membership. It is spectacular. Clean Eats makes you healthy and happy. Love it. RJ Murdoch, it's time for your prize here. Emerald Coast TV is providing the winner of this door prize with a 60 for 60 studio package. Each month, they gives away a 20-minute, oh, you're doing a different, there it is, promo. Each month, Emerald Coast TV gives away a 20-minute studio session at the Emerald Coast TV studio at Landmark in downtown to produce the 60-second pitch video for yourself. The video is produced this month and shown at the next First Friday Coffee. So we already saw Mike Jimerson's, you saw it earlier, giving the same thing. You go down there, you film for 20 minutes or so, you get a cool commercial. And the winner is from RJ Murdoch, is from Plexus, Sylvia Vasquez. Sylvia, you get to work with RJ. Yes. Circle the place a couple times before you come and get it. Circle the place. There we go. Thank you for that. Who's doing the? Oh yes, it's Silver Slipper. No, let's do Barbara Britt now, right? Is Barbara? Yeah, let's do Barbara Britt. Come on up, Barbara. Tell us what you got going on there, Barbara Britt. Got a microphone. Tell us what you're doing, Barbara Britt. Here we go.
Thank you. On June the 16th, I am doing a one-day clinic on Blueprint for Success. How would you like your staff and everybody you know to come in that door and go, we're excited about being here today? How would you like to get out of bed every morning and be excited about the direction you're going to take? Blueprint for Success. Check with me. Thank you.
Well done, Barbara, well done. So here we have a gift basket and the opportunity to go to that cool thing from Barbara Britt. Seth Luttrell, who is the winner of this item. Back Ridge Tree Studio, Rob Calley here? Rob Calley from Back Ridge? Dave, you're not leaving, are you? Dave, okay, good. Double checking, just kind of working the crowd. Okay, just double checking. Rob Calley still here at Back Ridge Tree? There we go. Thank you for that excitement there. Sorry that they left. How about from A to A Tactical, Andrew and April Rennick? That's the daughter, the Franks, Caitlin. Is she still here? She is. She here. Look at that. Look at that. You get the prize. Barbara, you have a nice new student here that came as a friend of Mark Franks. Thank you for that. Did you see how the last lady was real excited about coming up? As you get older, I want you to do the same. Yes. Thank you. It's all about learning from adults and mentors like that. So, Silver Slipper Casino, as we know, they're the business after hours sponsored Air Force Enlisted Village. We have a one-night stay in our beachside hotel and lunch for two at the Jubilee Buffet. Silver Slipper Casino. The winner is Teresa Allen. Teresa Common Sense Solutions. Officially moved here. Yeehaw, there we go. Come on now. Look at that, Janice Chubb again, Silver Slipper Casino. Myla, who we saw earlier today from Eglin Federal Credit Union, wants to remind everyone that on Flag Day, June 14th, they're dedicating their flagpole in honor of their first CEO. Flag Day, what date is that? June 14th, Flag Day, come out and see them. P.S. Gifts, Janie Renierson has won the Eglin Federal Credit Union $50 cash. We're going to have to teach, will someone teach Myla how to whistle, please, between now and next month? If we could, filling the spot of our own, there we go. Teach her how to do that, and such as that. Okay, Jennifer Krause is here. Someone from here from Big Wizards? She's not here. Okay then. How about, who else we got? The hurricane, there we go. They have their hurricane plan from Nancy Henson. It's a hurricane preparation kit. Hurricane preparation kit. Ready or not? Ready or not, hurricane. I'll say ready or not, hurricane. Ready or Not Hurricane Prep. And again, take those flyers that are over there on that table, as well as on your table, and get your hurricane stuff here. Okay, got it. Okay, so here we go. The Gulf Power Hurricane or Ready or Not from Nancy Henson. And the winner is Bruce Marshall. Bruce Marshall. Bruce Marshall. Come on up here and get your Ready or Not thing. From Kelly Services. My gosh, what do you got? You got a basket? Oh my gosh, isn't this cool? Hooray, yes, that's the excitement. From Kelly Services, we have a really cool basket. And the winner is Bethany Campbell from Serta Wellness. She just joined, right? Bethany, you still here? Where'd she go? She left? Martha, she left. Women's Club, she left. Maybe you'll get this one. Who knows? Let's see what happens. How about from the Daily News, Michael Lightborn. I saw Michael come in earlier today. Michael Lightborn from the Daily News. You get the Kelly Services prize. Good to see you. Show some excitement. It's the Kelly Services prize, man. Come on. Yes, please. You may not have hurt me initially. You may not have hurt me. Alex is here with the 50-50. 161. Alex is here from the UPS store for the 50-50. I want to thank again Gulf Power. Are we folding the chairs up? We're folding the chairs up, folks, so before you leave, you're going to take the prizes, the brochures that are on your table. You're going to fold your chair and lean it up against the table, and you're going to take your trash with you and throw it away. Next month, RPM Trade Show, the second Friday. $161 for those who've got a 50-50. 999-3714. 999-3714. 3714 is the winner of $161. Westphal is the winner. Thank you, Gulf Power, for your sponsorship. Have a great summer season. Go to Bow Legs this weekend.